Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm here at 7:12 a.m. in the morning on November the 1st, 2023. This is earlier than I usually start. Again, I've been up for about 45 minutes. These are the first words I'm saying, so my throat is messed up. I don't know if you have the same problem, but I do. All kinds of gunk and dryness and everything else in there. Welcome. Welcome to a morning cup of Joe. First person I see is Conga Man, Jack. Hello. And as I usually do, I show you I got a cup of green tea. Not a cup of Joe, a cup of tea. But yes, indeed, here we go. Let's take that first sip and hopefully soothe the throat. All right. Oh, boy. Let's go here. All right. A lot of people are coming in here. I'm doing something different today. I'm using StreamYard today. I'm not using regular YouTube, which what it means basically is I can do this. I can put these messages up. Safe travels today, Tim said. Mr. Mayo, you fly today? Yes, I fly today, and I'm not looking forward to it. I've said that before. I'm looking forward to the event. I mean, I'm going to a wedding, and I'm looking forward to the wedding, but the airport hassle and everything. And right now, of course, as you could imagine, it is raining out there. I don't have to fly until actually 12 hours to the very minute. I think my flight is 7:15 p.m. at night. It's about 7:15 a.m. It's 12 hours from now I'm going to be going. Um, and well, while the flight is not until tonight. I got a lot of preparation to do. We have to do last minute shopping to get little things we need to bring with us. We just want to like clean the house a little bit, to leave the house all right and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of running around to do that I'm not exactly thrilled about. Um, and I really should be starting now. There's some last minute clothes I gotta, but we haven't packed yet. We have to pack all before we leave. Now, even though I'm gonna be flying tonight, we have to get in an Uber, take us to the airport about 3:30 p.m. So in other words, 3:30 p.m. I'm done. I've got about 8 hours. 8 hours, everything I got to do from this point on. So I don't know how long I'll be on here, and I'm probably going to miss the premiere, which a lot of people are going to be bringing it up. I'm probably going to be miss the premiere right away of the new Now and Then documentary that's supposed to premiere. I think it's 3:30. The exact time I got to get it, I got to leave and drive to the airport. It's the exact time that's going to drop. I think. Anyways, I'm sure I'll repeat this because people will be asking, "Hello, Jerome. Hello, this." I don't know. I might have had Sabaro pizza once or twice in my life. It's the pizza. Yes, I might have had it once or twice. It's not bad as my recall, but it's not the best optimal pizza. That's for sure. Conga Man says 5 hours from now is the show. I wish we could get this straight. I don't know. I heard it was 3 o'clock, 3:30, 3 or 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. I mean my time. Good morning, everybody. Hello, Elementary Penguin. Hey there, little girl. Huh? Got that there, and we got Carlos and Back Bacon and Beer and Mike, Wall Jasper and Beetle Eddie. I don't know what to tell you, my friend. I mean, I sent you. I probably didn't see it yet, but I sent the message to you. Oh, I'm sorry. Where it can be seen? I'm sorry. I apologize. I believe it's going to be on YouTube, on the Beatles channel. I think it's going to be on the Beatles channel on YouTube. I think. Hello, Alan. Good to see you. Just finished my cup of Joe and rye toast. Have a safe flight. From your lips to God's ears. This is. I didn't make this hot enough this morning. Yeah. Hello to Mason. What's going on? So yeah, here I am for my cup of Joe. Well, your cup of Joe, my cup of tea. We're gonna get that straight. Henry, I haven't seen you here in a while. No, actually, I just saw you here at that. I did a live stream for Halloween over on my movie channel. I'm probably gonna delete it. I mean, and also I got copyrighted flagged because I played a song by Zachary. Happy Halloween. The flight is supposed to be 3 hours and 48 minutes. So to me, that's a little long, but I don't know. 3 hours, 48 minutes, give or take. That's if everything goes smooth. What do you think? Is that a long flight? Okay, good to see you, Jamil. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name, Jamil. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's Trinidad and Tobago. That's pretty cool. Why did I take it down? Because the stream devolved into a lot of garbage, by a lot of the usual suspects. I mean, I didn't have to stand for it. You see, I could have just deleted it, just either ignored everything or blocked some people. I blocked one guy, but I don't anybody get the idea out there. Oh, we'll just start sabotaging his thing. Believe me, it ain't gonna work because what I usually do is when something acts up like that, I usually just either just ignore it and don't even pay any attention to it, or I just block, delete, 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 so nothing gets done. The only reason that it kind of got sour a little bit is because I made the mistake what I'm doing right now. I'm acknowledging it on the show. I didn't have to do that. But it wasn't. It really wasn't. I expected it to be this big Halloween show, and nobody really had costumes on, except nobody dressed up. It really wasn't what I expected it to be. So I mean, no, I told everybody when I invited them over. I said, you don't have to have costume on for the Halloween show. Costumes are optional. I said, but I was hoping somebody would do a little something, put a little something on. Robert S. came the closest with his costume, but he just put a Hawaiian shirt on and a cap and said he's a tour. And put a camera around his neck and said he's a tourist. Of course, that reminds me of a line from the Odd Couple TV show where Felix is preparing a costume party and Oscar has no costume. He said, "Where's your costume?" He says, "I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take a pencil, put it in my ear. I'll go as a sports writer." So there you go. All right. Mason says, I'm both curious and concerned about now and then as the date gets closer. Well, as I say, I'm hoping it's going to be pretty good. Um, I certainly hope that I will at some point do a stream, at least one stream from Oklahoma, probably two. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'm hoping that I'll be doing a stream from there. All right, Martin McGrath has a recommendation. Okay. It's funny, Alan. I kind of have regrets now. I pre-ordered the 6 LP vinyl, uh, and for the red and the blue, and I'm thinking I made a mistake. First of all, it was really expensive. And second of all, I'm not going to play the vinyl. I'm never going to really bother with the vinyl of this thing. It's going to be the CD that I'm going to play a lot. I'll play the CD red and blue, but I don't think I'm going to play the vinyl really. And I don't like the fact that on the red and blue vinyl set, all the new songs that they're putting on the extra songs that they're putting on it are not going to be spread out chronologically, through the new red and blue. Instead of it being chronological order, it's going to be they're going to have the first two albums are going to be the same red and blue we've always known. And then the last third disc is going to be all the new songs on one disc. I don't like that. So I really, really, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I don't think I can get a refund because I don't think you can cancel an order, I should say, on the Beatles website. I don't think. Yeah, well, we talk about this all the time. You said you like all Beatle albums, top to bottom. Does that include the Yellow Submarine George Martin instrumental part? I like I like the work that George Martin did on the Yellow Submarine film. I like his music, but it's definitely. I don't even count Yellow Submarine as a real Beatle album. I really don't. It's easily the worst, if such a word can apply to a Beatle album. It is the least of the Beatle albums. Um, and it's only got a few new songs on it. The rest are just you get repeats of like "All You Need Is Love" again. They repeat that, and I forget what else. It's early in the morning here. "Yellow Submarine," the song. So you don't really, no, I don't know what to say. That's I don't count that as much as a real Beatle album, but it's a soundtrack. Do I think there'll be a difference between now and then and "Free as a Bird" and "Real Love"? I mean, on a music quality level, well, I don't know if exactly what you mean. I mean, I think "Now and Then" is going to be just the same kind of song as the other two were, and I think it's obviously going to be the most slow and depressing and dreary of all of them. But the question is, if you mean quality in the sense of technology, I think it might be the best technologically. So, oh, there you go. Martin McGrath likes the song "Depending on You" on the new Rolling Stones album, Hackney Diamonds. Great album. Solid all the way through, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, "Depending on You" is a good song. Okay, first time seeing Paul in concert. He was great. That's great to hear. Glad you had a good time. Won't you be able to watch the documentary on the flight? Yeah, I suppose so. Sure. Yeah, yeah. I'll see the documentary. I won't be able to make a video of it. If I make a video about talking about my opinions on the documentary, that won't be till very late. That could be 10, that'll be 11, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 midnight or something like that if I do that. If I wind up putting anything up online. Can you already pre-order the CD? I think people have pre-ordered it. Hi, Mal. Yes, you canceled it. Did you cancel your order from the Beatles website? Or was it somewhere else? I'm really thinking. I don't know if I want it. I don't. Maybe one day I can get it if it's real cheap, if the price comes down or something. But I don't know. The new Beatles song is supposed to be on the YouTube channel tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's tomorrow. I'm so mixed up. I really am. I don't know if the Beatles song is coming out on the second, tomorrow, Thursday, second, or the third. What Beatle album do I think is completely solid all the way through, like Hackney Diamonds? Every Beatles album, except the Yellow Submarine. Alan says yes, the price was part of it, and I really just enjoy the original Red and Blue albums that I grew up with. I already have the black vinyl originals, blue vinyl varieties. Well, let's face it. I think Alan, I don't mean any disrespect with this because I'm doing the same thing. No disrespect, but I think you're rationalizing to yourself not to get the new Red and Blue albums. There's definitely the difference is that they all have the newer mixes, especially the Red album, are all going to be brand new 2023 mixes that we never had. So the fact that we have the old ones and we have it on Red and Blue, the old ones, it's not, let's face it, it's the new one has the new mixes. That's the difference. 2023 mixes, the early tracks, a lot of them. Good morning, Robbie. Good morning. This is the first I'm hearing that the release date is November the 4th. I've heard it. I've heard the second. I've heard the third, but I have not heard the fourth. Hello, excuse me. Hello, Harold. This is not even a question. First of all, I love the Stones all the way. The Stones blow the Beach Boys out of the water, out of the surf. I think you're only asking that question because, um, two things. I think you're only asking the question because Mason is here, and you know that he's a Beach Boys guy. And this is followed up with a question about VR, and I think you're asking that to start trouble too, Henry. I'm on to you, so watch it. You're not going to start that crap. A lot of that crap went on last night. Is the reason why I decided to delete the Halloween movie stream. Cheers. And that's why I'm getting the CD edition to hear the remixes. Me too. Like I said, I'd like to know from Mal, if you're still here, Mal. I'd like to know if Mal Walsh, was it the Beatles? Was it the Beatles channel that you canceled your order from? Because I'd like to do that if possible. Yeah, at least it's something to be happy about, something to be excited about. Are you sure you watched it? Because the movie is called The She Creature, not the Sea Creature. She Creature, SHE. But so I wasn't sure if I was going to do one of these this morning because I say today's a very hectic day. I got dishes in the sink that have to be washed before we leave. I've got recyclable containers. I need to go into the recycle bin outside before we leave. And I really should be doing those kind of things early in the morning instead of being here, but I did want to check in with y'all. I like this and I like seeing y'all with some reservations with a couple of people. Good morning, Christopher. Yes, indeed. The she creature. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, Harold, what did you like she creature? Yeah, it has its moments, but it is a rather boring in places. But I got the window open. You can't really see here, but I have blinds here. This window here, oh God, I can't even do this. The first window way back there, I can't even point to it. How the fuck do you point to it? There you go. This one here, you can see there's a blinds here, and I got posters and ads and things in front of it. So these blinds never open. But there's another window here, a second window with blinds that I open. Anyway, and it's dark out there. It's freaking black. It's disgusting. Give me the good old summertime, folks. The sun would have been up around 6 a.m. You know what I mean? The sun would already be up for like 90 minutes and bright, so. Okay. Kind of right now the comments are lulling. She Creature is not to be confused with She Freak from 1967. Isn't it cool that Boris Karloff played two iconic monsters, Frankenstein monster and the Mummy? Well, he only played the Mummy in the first film. I don't look at Karloff's Mummy as being iconic, honestly, because he basically plays the Mummy without bandages. He plays the mummy with bandages in the first 10 minutes, and then the rest of the movie he's got the bandages off, wearing a stupid fez on his head through the whole thing. I don't think of him as a traditional mummy. I think more of a Lon Chaney Jr. as the Lon Chaney as the mummy. Personally, in my opinion. See, I'm a stickler for these things. A stickler. I don't know the composers. I know there is some classical music that I like. I don't even. Not only do I not know the composers, I do not even know the titles of the classic pieces that I do like. But there are a lot of them. The classic ones, you know, the classic ones, the popular ones, the ones that get used all the time and everywhere that you hear so many times. But of course, I don't know the names of them. But I do like some classical music. So, I saw Jeepers Creepers only one time. I saw it in the movie theater, and I don't remember a damn thing about it except that it was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. And I know about the controversy with the director after that, which really turned me off. But yeah, no, Bela Lugosi, as far as I know, did not turn the part down in the original Mummy. He turned the part down in the original Frankenstein. But absolutely, in the good old summertime, just like Laurel and Hardy sing it. Not sure what this means. Seems that the Beatles or any band, in order for them to sell you any different album, some kind of technicality in the engineering or something is sufficient for the sell to be valid. Little lost with that. Um, oh, welcome, welcome to another cup of morning Joe, cup of me, as I drink my morning tea. Getting cool off. It's not really hot anymore. Really, lukewarm. I really hope that the benefits are still in the green tea. Will the CDs be on Amazon? I don't know. They're not on Amazon. I thought they were. Yes, I've seen 1 Hour Photo, and it's right back here in this DVD collection. It's in there. I don't like Robin Williams as a comedian. I never thought he was funny. I thought he was stupid as hell. However, I do like his movies, and when he played, I like that movie 1 Hour Photo. Two people played the creature from the Black Lagoon. One of them they called the land creature and the sea creature. The one that played the creature when he was swimming in the water would be Rico Browning. Rico. It looks like Rico, but I think he pronounced it Rico. Rico Browning, who died a couple of years ago. And Ben Chapman. Ben Chapman was the guy who played the creature that you see most of the time walking around on land. So there's two people. So that's like a trick question or a double answer. Yeah. Okay, what's going on, folks? I never saw Robin Williams on Law and Order. I'm still wondering if these cup of joes that I do are too frequent. To have if you have one every single day, that's close. It could be 365 of these a year, which is like a bit much to put in the memory banks, isn't it? To save, but we'll see. Yeah, I've seen Last House on the Left. I saw, well, there's two of them. One of them is the original from 1972, which I think is highly overrated. The whole thing about Last House on the Left in 72 was at the time it came out, it was considered pretty extreme, pretty disturbing, pretty sick. And by the time I got to see it, it wasn't until the 1990s, and I thought it really didn't pack hardly any punch. It packed more of a punch in 1972, but it didn't. By today's standard, it's not as strong. I saw the remake. One of the few times where I liked the remake better, I think. The remake was from the 2000s. Yeah, well, maybe you and I are the only two that feel this way about this comedy. Maybe. So, oh, I got a lot of work to do today, folks. Like I said, a lot of preparation for my trip. Um, Not looking forward to it, as I say. Okay, what comes out today of the Beatles? A 12-minute documentary on the making of Now and Then, which I think is supposed to be on YouTube. Never saw Good Will Hunting, no, never seen it. Never seen the movie The Strangers from the 2000s either. So there you go. By the way, since I'm on StreamYard, if anybody wants to come up here, they can come up. But I mean, when I say anybody, I'm talking about, of course, people that I trust and know and stuff. Um, just let me know if you want a link if you're out there. I mean, it's 7:30 in the morning Eastern. I don't know what times elsewhere. Some places it's earlier even. So I could do that here on StreamYard. I can have people come up here. Woodland Goblin. Wow. I can't believe he's here. Boy, I had enough of you, Woodland, from last night. Enough for nothing. I talked about this before. The flight. My flight isn't until about 7 o'clock tonight, but we still got to leave for the airport by 3:30 this afternoon. So it's a preparation and getting our boarding passes and luggage checked and all that crap that I despise and dread. Okay, burnt offerings. I don't know. It seems like today a lot of movies I have not seen. I know, Burnt Offerings is a classic film, but I don't really recall seeing Burnt Offerings myself. I think Karen Black in that. Sorry. I saw you got the Elvis 50s box set. Do you have the 60s and 70s? I used to have all three of them. Now I think I just have the 70s and the 50s. I think I still need the 60s set. I think it is. Um, I have not seen the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I hear it's very good. I hear that's one of the remakes that's really good. There you go. It's one I may want to get around to seeing eventually. A lot of people seems to be unanimous that it's good, so I may actually try it. Cheers, as I still suck on the tea. Again, welcome to a morning cup of Joe. That's me while I drink tea. No, I'm not set for my trip. Far from it. We've got things we got to do today to get ready for it, and I don't have many hours to do it. I should not really be here. I should really be preparing for the trip and getting things underway. But we'll have, I'll make sure I get it done. Yes, I've seen the 2009 Friday the 13th. I own it. It's not bad. It's okay. But I just wish it wasn't a so-called reboot. There was no need to reboot it. All you got to do is have Jason back in the woods, and it doesn't have to be a remake. They do that with everything. They remake everything. Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street. Stop it. I despise with every fiber of my being Texas Chainsaw 2. They took a great movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and made a complete, stupid, funny, comical farce out of it. A parody, a spoof. I hate everything about Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and there's no way in hell that I'd ever own that thing or see it again. Which horror movies would I like to see in 3D or to watch on 3D? Well, the ones that were made, anything that was made in 3D, I'd like to see in 3D. If it was not made specifically for 3D, I don't care. Yes, of course, I've seen Freddy vs. Jason in the movie theater, and I love it. I think it's a great pairing of the two of them. It's hard to say my all-time favorite movie. I have so many of them. I love Ben-Hur from 1959 with Charlton Heston. I love um, The Sting. I love Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I love The Jaws. I love Westworld. I love The Omega Man from '71. I love the old Universal monster films. I love American Graffiti. Those are among my very favorite movies. I do hope that I'm going to do, I don't know how many live videos I'm going to do, but I hope I'm going to do at least, oh, you're talking about live streams. I hope I'm going to do at least one live stream, maybe two. Well, when you say best killing scene in a horror movie, that's an awful lot of kill scenes. But the Friday the 13th series has a lot of good kill scenes in there. Almost every Friday the 13th film has really great kills and creative and inventive kills. One of my favorite ones is involves a teenager who likes to he likes for fun. He likes to walk on his hands. He walks around upside down on his hands with his legs sticking up in the air, and then Jason's there and he takes a machete with his legs up in the air and he slices him through the two legs in 3D. That's Friday the 13th 3. I also like from the same movie where in 3D, Jason takes a spear gun and points it at the camera and shoots. The spear goes out right into a girl's eyeball. So those are two of my favorite kills, and I'm sure there are many more. Well, Jason is always my number one guy to me. Jason's number one. Freddy's dead last. Yep. Most of the best, most fun kills I've ever seen involve Jason. I mean, Jason's not the only one that's done good kills, but those movies have some of them, the best kills. Oops. Of course, I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It's one of the only ones I really like of the Elm Street, Part 1 and 3. The only one I remember is Welcome to Prime Time, Bitch, when he takes the girl and pulls her head through the television set. Sounds good, doesn't it? What flavor tea is this? Green tea. Green tea, I add lemon to it, lemon juice, and I add a little tiny bit of honey. And that's it. Omen 2, yeah, I've seen all the Omen films. To tell you the truth, I don't really remember Omen 2 or 3, The Final Conflict. I'm sure there's more after that. I think I did buy recently buy the first Omen trilogy, which are the only ones I have any interest in. I don't, really the first three. I've never seen all of never seen all of Child's Play, but I do have Child's Play in to watch on Blu-ray. Have never got to sleepaway camp yet. I'm sorry to say. I don't know how that happened, but and I don't know if Chucky's a cool character. I don't know. It's supposed to be scary and not necessarily cool or whatever, but yeah. Okay. Happy Halloween. No, I'm not eating pancakes, Fatso. Are you? I say that because he says Woodland Goblin. People watching this might say, "Oh, how could you be so harsh?" It's because Woodland Goblin's always bringing up fatty foods, and everything like that, and trying not to eat that. So there you go. The best crowd in a horror film I ever experienced is probably what I just said. Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D, The Exorcist in the movie theater originally. Those have come to mind as the best. Any of the Friday the 13th films were always great crowds to go with because they were always into it. They always cheered. They actually cheered Jason every time he killed somebody. They would cheer and applaud, and it's fun. It's just for fun. It's not real. Nobody's getting hurt. Hellraiser, I never really liked. The first one, it was okay. I saw two. I might have seen three. I don't really know them um, that well to comment on them. To tell you the truth, I think one was okay. I think two was over the top, and three I don't remember being any good. One of them was Hell on Earth. I'll tell you this much: I'm cutting my mic when I belch, but this tea is making me belch a lot. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's normal. No, when I Saw 10, there was not a crowd in there. Well, first of all, I Saw 10 as a retiree in a matinee on a weekday, I think a Friday. You know, and that's over too, Henry. I always talk about things are over today and finished and done. Good crowds, enjoying good movies, and screaming together and laughing together and applauding together are largely a thing of the past. People are desensitized. People are less amazed by film. They're less thrilled with movies. It's nothing like it was when I was watching films in the say 70s. Much better with an audience in the 70s. So it's sad, but I have the memories. I have the good memories of those things. A lot of the younger people don't, sadly. Well, Mark says in Ireland they were great scream films, react crowd interactions. So okay, there you go. But not in my neck of the woods though. Has anybody ever told me to shut up at a movie theater? No, not that I can ever recall. I've told other people to shut up now and then. Not very often. Not very often. I don't know, Oliver. Oliver's asking me a question. Favorite solo or arrangement? I don't know. How about something? There's one that pops to mind. A couple of people say Oppenheimer was a great theater experience. Okay, glad to hear that. Oh wow, I'm looking outside. Finally, this well, the sun is not up. It's a gray, cloudy, rainy day, but there's wind. The trees are violently shaking. It's rainy. It's miserable, and I got to go on a flight with this. That's really great. But okay, very good, very good. There we go. The first support of Paul. The orchestral arrangements were usually overseen by Paul. The man was a genius. What can I tell you? I was well, genius in the musical talent sense. You know. I haven't seen the Purge films. Don't forget, when it comes to newer films, I haven't seen a lot of the newer ones. Yes, this is. Well, the thing about I just watched Frankenstein again yesterday on Halloween, and it's an accident. When he drowns the little girl, it's an accident. He's just playing around, and he accidentally throws her in the water. But it's just Okay, Josh. Hello. Josh says, I saw you were thinking of canceling the Red and Blue album set. Are you still doing that? Just make sure you know that it's sold out. It'll probably be tough to get again. I haven't decided yet, Josh. Really. Yes. I've not only have I seen Hostel. I like Hostel. I like Hostel 2, and I like Hostel. I like all the Hostel films. There are three of them, and I think it's a great concept. It's great concept in the sense that it's disturbing. Horror movies should be horrific and disturbing. Uh, Solo by a non-Beatle. I don't know. It's got to be While My Guitar Gently Weeps, I suppose. Unless you're talking about Dave Mason on Penny Lane. Of course, I've seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yes, the '50s and the '70s, and this is a rare case where I prefer the '70s one. I like the '70s Invasion of the Body Snatchers better than the '50s classic. Yeah, not including the Now and Then CD single in the first run of Information was must have been a joke on the fans, but it was not very funny. Yeah, it was wrong of them. The Howling, I think, is too silly. I mean, I actually bought a copy of on Blu-ray of The Howling recently, and I'm going to watch it again at some point. But from what I remember, I thought The Howling was again one of those films that likes to kind of take itself in a comical way a little bit. But never seen Children of the Corn, believe it or not. Believe it or not. Sorry. Oh, thank you very much, Cody. I appreciate that. It's nice of you to say that. You have to have people, that watch what you do. Otherwise, why do it? I always say that. You know, best horror director. I go back a long ways. Horror director. I like James Whale, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, stuff like that. I don't. Again, when it comes to like directors, I don't really. I don't really think of it as like there are horror directors. A movie's either good or it's not. Like, William Friedkin made a great classic with The Exorcist. Is he a horror director? Not really. Of course, I'm a fan of the original Night of the. I don't know where you got that from. I certainly really appreciate and enjoy the original Night of the Living Dead. Absolutely. I'll be getting true stereo mixes of the single version, the album version of Love Me Do. There's so many questions. I'm sorry. I put my. Hey, look, I'm here, right? I asked for it. I'm just tired, and I got to be like doing a lot today. I guess I shouldn't have come up here today. Are we getting true stereo mixes of the single version? I don't know what we're talking about. Uh, on the 45, we're getting a brand new stereo mix of the Ringo version of Love Me Do. I don't know what about the album. The album's probably Andy White. Mike Lee Photography had a good time. Paul, seeing Paul. Okay. A 3 hour concert. He loved it. I'm so glad to hear that, Mike. Thank you. Thank you for telling us. All right. Okay. Sort of caught up a little bit. Yeah, I know. I know there are two further remakes of the body Invasion of the Body Snatchers. One of them is just called Body Snatchers, from '93, I think. And I forget what the other one is called. The Invasion, I think it's called. Jesus. Yeah. Worst thing about flying. There's a lot of bad things about flying. I haven't. I mean, I've flown before. I've flown to Arizona. I've flown to Florida. What's the worst thing about flying? I think just the preparation for it. Getting to the airport, having to wait around, the waiting, the actual being on the plane and the flight itself is not a problem for me. The worst thing is the preparation, getting on the plane, getting yourself boarding passes, having to wait. Sometimes you gotta like the delays. It's not the flying itself; it's the delays and problems that you encounter. Yeah, it's the worst. It's hilarious to me. It's hilarious to me that I have to leave at 3:30, and the documentary is right at 3:30 of all times, 24 hours in a day, and they're playing the documentary. They're not playing at 3 o'clock. They're not playing at 3 o'clock. They're not even playing it here at 4 o'clock. No, got to be 3:30, right? Well, no, it's not going to work. Believe it or not. Well, don't forget, I'm also with Miss Mayo, and Miss Mayo, like me, we're both the same in the sense that we like to have a plan and stick to the plan. So, no, we're going to leave at 3:30. We don't, it might be a long trip. The airport could be the traffic. It could be a long trip. We have to get there early. There's a whole bunch of things. So it's a shame. You know, like ordinarily, what I would do if I was home, what I would do is I'd probably watch the documentary at 3:30 and then make a video by 4 o'clock. I'd probably like make a video right away. I'm probably if I'm gonna watch it and make a video on my channel, I'm sure a lot of other people in the Beatle community will be making their videos. But if, for me personally, if you want to see my opinion, my take on it, it's probably not going to be up until if at all today. It probably won't be up till like 11 midnight maybe. It might not be up till midnight. It's going to be really because we're supposed to get to our destination like 11 p.m. or something. Then we got to get our bags and so we probably who knows it might excuse me, it might not be today at all. Oh boy, I've asked it so many times. I've said that I've answered this. Oh, just tough. It depends where you live. Different times. If you're in the east, it's 3:30 p.m. I think I've never seen Pumpkinhead. The title is so stupid. I've never seen it, but it's supposed to be very good. But I really don't know. So I'm not going to be here much longer, folks. Maybe another 10 minutes or so because I got to get ready for the day. I got to get ready. "3:30 p.m. is only Eastern time. There are different times, obviously. 3:30 p.m. Eastern. So, any other comments? Who do I like better, Chucky or Leprechaun? Well, I haven't seen all the Leprechaun movies yet, but I probably would pick Chucky over the Leprechaun. Thank you very much, Liam. Yeah, I'll do the best I can. I don't know. I don't know how many videos I'm gonna make or how many live streams I'm gonna do or what time or any of these. I don't know. I'll do the best I can while I'm away. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make a video. It depends, it depends. There may be a video or there may not be. It depends where we go and stuff. Um, yeah. Good morning, Lennon Axel. Why? Because it's what you people like to call a cash grab. Favorite Zeppelin song is really tough. Of course, I love Stairway to Heaven, but that's the most played out Zeppelin song. I love Kashmir. I love All My Love. I love Heartbreaker. I love Living, Love, and Made. I love Rock and Roll. She's Whole Lot of Love. Fool in the Rain. A lot of songs. My flight is tonight. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you very much. And by the way, this place here, just so you know, is a complex that is very with tons of cameras everywhere here, and very very safe. And I'm pretty sure that the people around here are locked and loaded. So don't think you're gonna get away with taking any of Mayo's stuff. Okay. The signal is November 2nd at 10 a.m. Well, that should be easy enough. Where I'm going to be in Oklahoma, the time is going to be an hour earlier. So for me, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, not today, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning will be the song. And you got to remember when people say the single, it gets me mixed up because it's like we're talking about the new song. The new song is going to be heard November 2nd. But yes, I'm a Led Zeppelin fan. I like Zeppelin. I'm not diehard. I've never heard Keith Richards' solo album. Never any. I don't know if there's more than one, but I've never heard them. I'll do the best I can to try to do that, Christopher. I'm probably going to be having. I'll definitely have a live stream or two. I'll try to do live streams while I'm there, but I don't know about actual videos. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I don't drink. I don't drink, and you better stop drinking too, Woodland, because I know you pride yourself on being what you consider to be an attractive guy. You have nice skin and everything. You keep drinking like the way you're drinking. You're gonna want by the time you get to be my age, you're gonna look like crap. So don't drink so much, man. Drinking ruins ruins things, makes ages you. You know. So I'm not saying I'm perfect, but for my age, I think I'm pretty damn decent. Favorite band after the Beatles? I gotta go with the Rolling Stones, I guess. Yeah. Would I ever do a flea market sale on my, all my stuff at some point? Well, you can't tell what the future's going to bring. I certainly hope I never have to, but who knows? You don't know the future. I don't know the future. So, there you go. I never saw The Deep, but I know Robert Shaw's in it. No, I don't need any alcohol in my system. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But no, I mean, don't get me wrong. You've seen videos where I have go to a Fourth of July barbecue. I have 2 or 3 beers. I mean, I drink every now and then. I'm not saying I've never drank. I don't ever drink, but I don't know. If I had to pick, it probably would be like some of the early U.S. VJ albums. You know, some of the VJ albums. I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite album. Why do I not consider Jaws a horror film? Because it's not really. It's an adventure film. It's a thriller. It's a drama. It's an adventure film about three guys hunting for a big fish. And some of the stuff is horror. But like I said, I'm not, even though I don't consider Jaws a horror film per se, I'm not, it doesn't bother me if people do consider it a horror film. I mean, it has elements in there, maybe a suspense film. I mean, you know, it could be a horror film, a suspense film, an action film, whatever you want to call it. There you go. I tell you, it's hard at times like this to come up to think about it. Like I can't think of my entire collection right now. What's the rarest? And I have a rare McCartney album, Rushes. One of the Fireman albums is called Rushes, which is kind of rare. That comes to mind. I got a good vinyl of that, which is very hard to come by, very expensive. Um, I did not see Shape of Water. All right, I'm going to start going, folks, now because I have to get ready for today's big, big day. And, it's time to go. So I thank you all for being here again. I will, by the way, I did see the movie Shane. I thought it was overrated. I don't, it's one of those classic movies I don't see what the big deal is. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. Uh, okay. Thank you, everybody. So I will be on my way, as the Beatles sang. I'll be on my way, and we'll see how it goes. All right. So thank you all, and stay in touch. I'll do the best I can to contact you from where I'm going, and to have live streams and things like that. So until we meet again, ta ta. Thank you all for being here.